Hi everyone, this is Surya, the co-founder of Gyaanbee for NEET. So Gyaanbee for NEET is an app that helps you prepare for NEET biology, and of course it helps you score 360 out of 360 in NEET biology because we've got a lot of flashcards. We've in fact taken flashcards from every single line of NCRT biology, and I am not a biology student. I'm actually a Viscom student, but I just want to, of course, show how easy it is for anybody to memorize NEET Biology using the Gyaanbee for NEET app. So if you haven't downloaded already, download the Gyaanbee for NEET app from the Android Play Store. So you can just search for Gyaanbee for NEET and you'll get the app. Okay. So or you can of course visit our website www.gyanbeeforneet.com. The links are of course in the description, so you can use that and download the app. So today I'm going to start off with the plant kingdom. And of course, what I usually say is that with our app, it only takes 15 minutes a day of preparation to, of course, completely memorize your NEET chapters, your biology chapters. Okay, so even for plant kingdom, I don't think I'll be taking more days. We'll start off today, and every day we'll just learn for 15 minutes to see how easy it is to, of course, memorize the entire NCRT book. So that's why we keep saying, all you need is just 15 minutes in our app and you'll be able to score 320 plus in NEET biology, of course, with just the flashcards. We do have test series and question banks with which, of course, you could score 360. So once you log into Gyanbee for NEET, of course, you have four sections. You've got flashcards, you've got question bank, test series, and 7-day challenge. There's also a recommended for you section. We request you to try that after you're done with your test series and doing at least 10 days of flashcards so that you get recommendations as to what subject you can learn per day. Okay. So I'll get to the flashcards, and from flashcards, we'll get to the plant kingdom and we'll click memorize. So we will start memorizing plant kingdom's flashcards. So there is a goal setting option here. There is an arrow here. Once you click that, you have a daily goal. So right now I've set it to 10 goals, but I'll change it to 50 because I think I can easily do 50 questions a day. Okay. All right. So we'll start off the first question, which is which pattern of life cycle is found in bryophytes and pteridophytes? Okay. Haplodiplomatic life cycle. Okay. Which pattern of life cycle is found in bryophytes and pteridophytes? Haplodiplomatic life cycle. Which pattern of life cycle is found in bryophytes and pteridophytes? Haplodiplomatic life cycle. Okay, so this is the first time reading it. So whenever you read a flashcard for the very first time and you have no idea what that is, we suggest you to click very hard because that way, the flashcard keeps repeating and you'll end up memorizing it better. Okay. So I will now, of course, click very hard for this flashcard and let's move into the next one. Ovary develops into fruit. Okay, ovary develops into fruit. So ovary develops into fruit. All right. So I will also click very hard for this because the first time reading it, like I said, I'm not a biology student. So, right. Next one. Double fertilization is a characteristic feature of angiosperms. Okay. Double fertilization is a characteristic feature of angiosperms. Double fertilization is a characteristic feature of angiosperms. Okay. We've also given the page numbers in the answer cards. So in case you want to, read more about a line, you can of course visit the page number and read about it. The double fertilization is a characteristic feature of angiosperms. Okay. That's very hard again for me. Protonema occurs in life cycle of mosses. Okay. Protonema occurs in the life cycle of mosses. Protonema occurs in the life cycle of mosses. Okay. That again is very hard for me. Strobili cones are found in Equistem selaginella. Strobili cones are found in Equistem selaginella. Okay. Strobili cones are found in Equistem selaginella. Okay. That's also very hard. The plant body of Marchantia is thalloid. The plant body of Marchantia is thalloid. Okay. The plant body of Marchantia is thalloid. Okay. The plant body of Marchantia is thalloid. Okay. Dash relationship of organisms is discussed in phylogenetic system of classification. Evolutionary. Okay. Evolutionary relationship of organisms is discussed in phylogenetic system of classification. Evolutionary relationship of organisms is discussed in phylogenetic system of classification. Evolutionary relationship of organisms is discussed in phylogenetic system of classification. Okay, that's again very hard. Natural system of classification was given by Bentham and Hooker. Natural system of classification was given by Bentham and Hooker. Natural system of classification was given by Bentham and Hooker. Okay, that's very hard as well. Artificial system of classification was given by Linnaeus. Okay, artificial system of classification was given by Linnaeus. Artificial system of classification was given by Linnaeus. That's also very hard. Engler and Prandtl gave which system of classification? Phylogenetic system of classification. Engler and Prandtl gave which system of classification? Phylogenetic system of classification. Engler and Prandtl gave which system of classification? Phylogenetic system of classification. Okay. Chlorophyceae members usually have a rigid walled cell made up of cellulose and pectose. Chlorophyceae members usually have a rigid wall cell made up of cellulose and pectose. Chlorophyceae members usually have a rigid wall cell made up of cellulose and pectose. Chlorophyceae members usually have a rigid wall cell made up of cellulose and pectose. Okay. Kelps and ectocarpus belong to which group? Brown algae. Okay. Kelps and ectocarpus belong to which group? Brown algae. Kelps and ectocarpus belongs to which group? Brown algae. That's very hard again. Dash used in ice creams and jellies is obtained from dash and dash algae. Agar used in ice creams and jellies is obtained from Gelidium and Gracilaria algae. Okay. Agar used in ice creams and jellies is obtained from Gelidium and Gracilaria algae. Agar used in ice creams and jellies is obtained from Gelidium and Gracilaria algae. Okay, agar used in ice creams and jellies is obtained from Gelidium and Gracilaria algae. Okay, it's very difficult to pronounce, but anyway, that's obviously very hard for me. Holdfast type and frond are characteristic feature of Phaeophyceae. Okay, holdfast type and frond are characteristic feature of Phaeophyceae. Okay, holdfast type and frond are characteristic feature of Phaeophyceae. Okay, holdfast type and frond are characteristic feature of Phaeophyceae. First type and frond are characteristic feature of Phaeophyceae. Okay, it's also very hard. Red algae are named so because of predominance of which pigment? Or phycoerythrin. Red algae are named so because of predominance of which pigment? Or phycoerythrin. Red algae are named so because of predominance of which pigment? Or phycoerythrin. Okay. So because of predominance of which pigment? Or phycoerythrin. Okay, that's again very hard. Which pattern of life cycle is found in bryophytes and pteridophytes? Oh yeah, this came before. Okay, haplodiplontic life cycle. Okay, so you see the questions are repeating back. Obviously, I didn't remember that this was a question that was asked before. So anyway, which pattern of life cycle is found in bryophytes and pteridophytes? Haplodiplontic life cycle. Okay, which pattern of life cycle is found in bryophytes and pteridophytes? Haplodiplontic life cycle. So thing is, I didn't remember the question came back earlier, but I didn't remember the answer. So I'll just click hard. Okay, I won't click very hard for this one. I'll just click hard. Ovary develops into fruit. Okay, that I knew. But this is the first time I am reading this question, answering this question. So I'll probably click good. Okay. So because when you click good, what happens is it repeats not as frequently as very hard, but it does repeat. Okay. So you do get practice out of it. Okay. All right. So double fertilization is a characteristic feature of, I think, angiosperms. Okay, yeah. Double fertilization is a characteristic feature of angiosperms. This also we read earlier. So maybe that's the reason why I'm remembering this. So I'll just click good. Okay, I won't click easy. Okay. Proteinoma occurs in the life cycle of, I think, Selaginella and something else. Mosses. Oh, okay. That's an entirely different answer. Okay. So this I obviously got it wrong. So Proteinoma occurs in the life cycle of mosses. Okay. Proteinoma occurs in the life cycle of mosses. Protonema occurs in the life cycle of mosses. Okay. So that is hard for me because I've already seen this question. Or, I'll click very hard again because I think I answered it incorrectly. So I'll click very hard. Okay. Strobili cones are found in Marchantia and Selaginella. Oh, Equistem and Selaginella. Okay. All right. So this is going to be very tough for me. Anyway, Strobili cones are found in Equistem and Selaginella. Okay. Strobili cones are found in Equistem and Selaginella. Okay. Strobili cones are found in Equistem and Selaginella. So this also I got it wrong. So anyway, I'm going to click very hard. Strobili cones are found in Equistem and Selaginella. Okay. The plant body of Marchantia is thalloid. Okay, the plant body of Marchantia is thalloid. The plant body of Marchantia is thalloid. Plant body of Marchantia is thalloid. I don't even remember seeing this question. I'm going to click very hard. Dash relationship of organisms is discussed in phylogenetic system of classification. This evolutionary relationship, right? Yeah. So evolutionary relationship of organisms is discussed in phylogenetic system of classification. Okay, I answered this. So I'm going to click this. I'm going to rate this as good. Evolutionary relationship of organisms is discussed in phylogenetic system of classification. I'm going to click this as good. Okay, so natural system of classification was given by Bentham and Hooker. Okay, that I remember. The natural system of classification was given by Bentham and Hooker. That I remember. So I'm gonna click this as good. Okay. Alright, so artificial system of classification was given by Linnaeus. This also I remember. So I'm gonna call this good. Engler and Prantl gave which system of classification? Phylogenetic system of classification. Okay, this I remember as well. So I'm going to click also, I'm going to rate this as good because I do remember, but I won't click this as easy. So I'll do it probably tomorrow. Okay, fine. Clyrophyceae members usually have a rigid wall made up of cellulose and pectose. Okay, this I remember as well. So this also is good for me. Kelps and ectocarpus belong to which group? That I don't remember. Brown algae. Okay. Kelps and ectocarpus belong to which group? Brown algae. Kelps and ectocarpus belong to which group? Brown algae. Kelps and ectocarpus belong to which group? Brown algae. So this is hard for me. Okay. So dash used in ice creams and jellies is obtained from dash and dash algae. Oh, this is agar used in ice creams and jellies obtained from Gracilaria and Gelidia. Gelidium. Okay, I'm very close. So I'm gonna click this as good. Okay, Gelidium and Gracilaria, right? Okay, all right. So that's just I'm gonna call this good. Okay, holdfast type and frond are characteristic feature of Phaeophyceae. Okay, holdfast type and frond are characteristic feature of Phaeophyceae. Okay, I don't remember this. Holdfast type and frond are characteristic feature of Phaeophyceae. So I'm gonna click this very hard because I don't remember this. Holdfast type and frond are characteristic feature of Phaeophyceae. Okay. Red algae are so named because of predominance of which pigment? Are uh, or something or phycoerythrin. Okay. Red algae are so named because of the predominance of which pigment? Or phycoerythrin. Okay. Red algae are named so because of predominance of which pigment? Or phycoerythrin. Okay. Red algae are named so because of the presence of which pigment? Or phycoerythrin. Okay, I'm gonna click this very hard as well. I don't remember this. Okay, or phycoerythrin. Which pattern of life cycle is found in bryophytes and pteridophytes? Haplodiplontic life cycle. So the card again repeats because see in a day it won't give you 50 new cards. It will only give you a certain amount of cards and then try to work out the algorithm to suggest cards and improve your knowledge. Okay, so right now I have answered this question, but I'm still not going to click easy because I think I just read it, so maybe I might remember. So I for uh, I'll probably rate this as good. Okay, but I do remember it's haplodiplontic life cycle. Okay, I'll call this good. Ovary develops into fruit. I remember this, but I won't click easy on the same day. And I don't think you should also do the same practice. Don't call flashcards easy on the very same day unless you're absolutely sure of the answer, because sometimes we might remember just because we just read it a while ago. So I'm still gonna call this good. So tomorrow maybe I'll say. Double fertilization is a characteristic feature of angiosperms. Okay, I've also got that right. So I'll again rate this as good. Protenoma occurs in the life cycle of mosses. I did this mistake before, but I do remember this now. I will still call this a good flashcard. Okay. So Floridian starch is similar in structure like amylopectin and glucose. Okay. Floridian starch is similar in structure like amylopectin and glucose. Floridian starch is similar in structure like amylopectin and glucose. Okay. Floridian starch is similar in structure like amylopectin and glucose. Okay. So it's very hard. This is the first time reading this. So I'll click very hard. Strobili cones are found in. Oh, I don't remember this. Phaeophyceae. Oh, Equistem selaginella. Okay, answered this before. Fine. Okay. Strobili cones are found in Equistem and selaginella. Okay. Strobili cones are found in Equistem and selaginella. Strobili cones are found in Equistem and selaginella. Okay, this again is very hard. So for me, obviously. So Strobili cones are found in Equistem and selaginella. So I'll click very hard again for this. Okay. The plant body of Marchantia is uh, thalloid. Okay. The plant body of Marchantia is thalloid. Okay. So I don't know any of the terms here. That's one of the biggest reasons why I'm not answering most of the questions. But anyway, so that's the challenge, right? So the challenge is to, of course, see how I'm ending up, remembering a lot of things in biology. Okay. The plant body of Marchantia is thalloid. Okay. The plant body of Marchantia is thalloid. The plant body of Marchantia is thalloid. Okay. I'll click this very hard because I don't remember this. Dash relationship of organisms is discussed in phylogenetic system of classification, evolutionary relationship. Okay, I do remember this. So I'm going to click this as good. Natural system of classification was given by Bentham and Hooker. Okay, we did read it a while ago, so I'm going to call this good. Artificial system of classification was given by Linnaeus. Okay, this I remember, so I'm going to click this as good. Engler and Prantl gave which system of classification? Phylogenetic system of classification. Okay, I do remember this, so I'll click good. Chlorophyceae members usually have a rigid cell wall made up of cellulose and pectose. Okay, I do remember this, so I'll click good. Kelps and ectocarpus belong to which group? Brown algae. Okay, I remember this again, so I'm going to click this as good. Bryophytes are called amphibians of plant kingdom because they can live in soil but are dependent on water for sexual reproduction. Okay. Bryophytes are called amphibians of plant kingdom because they can live on soil but are dependent on water for sexual reproduction. Bryophytes are called amphibians of plant kingdom because they can live in soil but are dependent on water for sexual reproduction. Okay. Bryophytes are called amphibians of plant kingdom because they can live in soil but depend on water for sexual reproduction. This is very hard. This is the first time reading it. So I click very hard. Dash used in ice creams and jellies is obtained from dash and dash algae. Agar used in ice creams and jellies is obtained from Gelidium and Gracilaria algae. Okay, so I'm gonna call this good because I did remember the names. Holdfast, stripe, and frond are characteristic feature of Phaeophyceae. Okay. Holdfast, stripe, and frond are characteristic feature of Phaeophyceae. Okay. Holdfast, stripe, and frond are characteristic feature of Phaeophyceae. I'll call this good. Name a moss that is responsible for formation of peat that have been used as fuel. Sphagnum. Okay. Name a moss that is responsible for formation of peat that have been used as fuel. Sphagnum. Name a moss that is responsible for formation of peat that have been used as fuel. Sphagnum. Okay. Name a moss that is responsible for creation of peat, formation of peat that have been used as fuel. Sphagnum. Okay, that's very hard. Okay. Red algae are named so because of the predominance of R erythrophyceae. Is it? Phycoerythrin. Okay. R phycoerythrin. Okay. Red algae are named so because of the predominance of which pigment? R phycoerythrin. Red algae are named so because of predominance of which pigment? R phycoerythrin. Okay. Red algae are named so because of predominance of which pigment? R phycoerythrin. Okay. R phycoerythrin. Okay. That's very hard again. Which pattern of life cycle is found in bryophytes and pteridophytes? Haplodiplomatic life cycle. Okay. That again is good. Which pattern of life cycle is found in bryophytes and pteridophytes? So this is asking me to confirm It's just rating the flashcard actually thinks that I'm finding this flashcard easy. So this of course upload diplomatic life cycle, but I won't click easy today because I want to answer this tomorrow. So I'm gonna click this as good, and I've done with completing the flashcard set. So usually, of course, you can continue to read the flashcards. Not that you only need to read 50 flashcards a day, but if you want to read more, if you have lesser time, you want to learn more, you can learn more flashcards. But we would suggest not to cram a lot of flashcards on a day because brain is also a muscle and it needs time to remember things that you read. So, ensure you're starting early. Download the app and ensure you're starting early, and try to read at least 50 flashcards a day. And soon we will end up memorizing the entire book much faster. And of course, I'm going to take this challenge, and every single I'm going to come live, and I'll be reading 50 flashcards every single day. So, thank you so much for joining me today. See you again tomorrow with another video. Thank you.